Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, you know, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. 1999 Dodge Grand Caravan front brake caliper replacement. So that's front brake pads and rotor as well. Jack up the vehicle, use safety stands, protect yourself. Got some good metal here. Pinch weld here, which is okay. Maybe jack up there in the middle if you want. And then 5 and 19 millimeter lug nuts. Everything is left to loosen, right to tighten. Use a 19 millimeter and an impact gun is what I'm using. And break the lug nuts loose a turn or two while it's on the ground, then jack it up. Take the lug nuts off the rest of the way on the tire. Then if they have the steering wheel loose, you can turn it left or right to make it easier to get to the caliper. Two 12 millimeter bolts. Usually like to take a screwdriver in here and collapse the piston like so. Then you can check your slides and everything back and forth, back and forth. On this vehicle we found the inner pad over here, and the other side is pretty thick, maybe 5 or 6 millimeter. And this one's worn out, so we're just going to go ahead and replace the calipers. Maybe something stuck, but we wouldn't take any chances. That is pretty nice and easy. And we'll clean this up with some sandpaper you can use, or a wire brush. These can develop pretty good dimples in there, and then they provide you with some spacers, which we'll maybe use and talk about. They fit on one end here to take up the space that the gouge has developed. Well, I'll show you those. Although this one looks pretty good, I'm happy about that. So we'll just clean this up at the contact points where the pad rides on there, and then we'll move on with reinstallation. So they want a gap in here of like 0.010 to 0.015, I believe it said. So we'll put a little shim in here down on the bottom. Nope. So they're stamped. It's really small on here, but I think this is a 0.015. So like the smallest one they have, I think is a 0.010. So I'm probably going to use that if I can find more. Real small though. Maybe your eyes are better than mine. Certainly could be. So I'll be going through those and then putting the shim on just like that. It has to be on the bottom. Don't put it on the top, put it on the bottom. Alright, we got our rebuilt caliper. Push those back and make it easier to install on the car. Yep. I also lubricated the ends where they're going to touch on the knuckle. We'll be tucking that underneath on the back side here. after we put a rotor on. Ha ha ha. So you get a rotor, you might want to get yours machined or replace it. Some come with a protective coating on it. If it does, then you want to wash the coating off with some like dish soap and warm soap and water, and then dry it off with a paper towel and then install it. We're installing a Rabestis coated rotor. You can just put it right on, no washing required. Since the rotor flops around so much, I like to put a something on here to hold it in place. So we have this piece tucked in here, and then both brake pads are here on the outside, so we're good to go. Put our bolts in, tighten it down. So it says 1999 is about 16 foot-pounds, 1998 is about 40 foot-pounds, so there's quite a difference. I don't want to be stripping threads. 1998 is actually 40 foot-pounds, 1999 is 16 foot-pounds. So I'm going to go 16 to 18, should be fine. This is a 1999. We'll zip this bolt off. Make sure all the washers are gone. You can have 2 washers, 1 on each side. And 35 foot-pounds. Bleeder screw on this is 3/8, but don't, for almost all these sizes, don't depend on them because they can change from year to year maybe, and also the caliper rebuilder could have decided to switch it up to a 10 or 11 or whatever he kind of chooses. So we'll open that up and let it gravity bleed. What I like to do is let it gravity bleed for a little bit, both sides, then I close them, verify the fluid level in the master cylinder, pump the brakes several times to get the calipers to set up and move outward, and then after 5 or 6 or 7 pumps, then I'll come back out here and open these up and usually get some more air. I do that a couple times, and then finally I usually have someone else help. If you're really all by yourself, I bet doing that pumping and then opening up maybe 5 or 6 times will probably be good for you. But it's best to have someone now get in the car, and they're going to pump the brakes 3 or 4 times and hold the brake pedal down. Then you open this up and let fluid and air come out. And then you tighten it up, and then they can release the brake pedal. Then they pump it a few more times, and you open this up, and you want a nice solid stream of fluid with no air bubbles. So we'll get some over in here in a second and do that. All right, hold it down. Ooh. Pump it. And pump it. Ow, my finger.
Looks like I put it here.
All right, go ahead and pump it up.
Okay.
Whoa. Hang on a second here, stupid wrench. Alright, pump it.
That didn't make a mess, did it?
Only a little, not much.
Total accident.
Yeah. I thought there was some extra effort there.
But get you to back it up a little further to make sure it's bleeding good enough. Right.
Go ahead and pump it. I think we're going to be good here. This is the last one.
Aye.
Ooh. Alright, thank you. Nice streams of fluid. Yeah, team player. Team Auto Tech. Lug nuts, 100 foot-pounds. Tighten them in a crisscross pattern. As tight as you can, off the ground. Put it down so the tire touches the ground. And then torque it down to 100 foot-pounds. Pump the brakes a few times. There's a cap for the master cylinder. Got some full and add marks back here. So we're just below full. I'm happy with that. Always pump the brakes a few times before you try to drive it. So that is replacing your front brake calipers, rotors, pads. 1999 Dodge Grand Caravan. Yep, 1999. 1999 Dodge Grand Caravan SE.